Yo everybody, welcome back to some more Attack on Titan. We are on episode 23 today. This episode is titled Smile. It is Raid on Stoez District Part 1. Last episode, we ended on a pretty tough episode, to be honest. Very sad. Basically, we just got to see the after effects or the after of war, of coming back from fighting and going on one of these missions where a lot of people don't make it, and seeing the effects on how that affected everybody in the village, everybody in the city. I was pointing out how hilarious it was that the townspeople are mean. They're so mean. Why are they like making blatant, obvious comments out loud about the very soldiers that came back right to their faces, like as if these people can't even hear? Oh my god, it's just, it felt like a walk of shame in a lot of ways. I felt for the soldiers. A lot of them came back scarred, bruised, defeated, scarred emotionally, physically, just absolutely destroyed. And then on top of that, you have the weight of a whole city just kind of dunking on them, like literally saying stuff straight up with no hesitation. It's mad. Man. Yeah, I did not like that. But we did see that little part where Eren noticed the kids that were looking up to the Survey Corps, and then Eren seeing himself in that kid's eyes, a reflection, a mirror of his past, and then him just kind of like crying, tearing up as a result. And it's insane. It felt like, the part that comes after war and all that stuff is just so emotional. You know what I mean? And especially being like on the field and having lost so many of their comrades, everything just kind of hitting them all at once. It felt like nobody could have possibly had a non-emotional reaction. Everybody was either dissociating, despondent, dejected. They were angry or they were sad. Everybody just felt something. Even our like most happiest individuals in the group, Connie, Sasha, they were defeated. They were gone. So yeah, that was a tough episode, but I feel like it was a really important episode too, just to see the reality of where the show is at now. It's getting very mature in its content, in its characters. I mean, we've seen a lot of mature content thus far, like the amount of deaths that we've seen rival like the most mature of animes. But just the fact alone that we're seeing these characters grow and mature into adults that are seeing a very like grim reality to things. And I think too, like being able to kind of explore more like nuanced emotions and feelings. Like these are very difficult things, I think, for anybody in our group and even the higher ups to like process. We saw Erwin's reaction and Levi's reaction, the people that have been around the longest. Erwin being a master strategist who was in charge of most of these missions, and then Levi being the right-hand man to the strategist. Like these guys have been through it more than anybody else. We saw that moment with Levi just kind of accepting the reality of when he saw the Levi squad basically done, gone. So yeah, I feel like we're getting closer to our characters in a way that feels very natural. This episode, I'm assuming, actually, I don't know what to assume. I don't really know where we're gonna go from here. It's titled Smile, so I don't know. I mean, we ended last episode with the big news that Eren is now going to be turned back to I think the military police, if I'm not mistaken, because of the falling out of the deal. The whole premise of him being able to escape or avoid being executed was that they would succeed on their mission to plug up Wall Maria, but obviously that's no longer feasible for the reason that the whole Khurane's practice mission failed. They don't have the ability to handle a practice mission, let alone actually get to Wall Maria to plug it up so that they can meet the promise that they made to the government. I wonder where they'll take it from this episode. I'm assuming in this episode we'll get more information now into the legal system, because now Eren's going to get pushed back into it. So now he is the government's property, so they can do basically whatever they want with him. Whether or not they choose to use him for any other purpose, whether it be to defend, maybe for like experimenting, which would be pretty crazy, or just to execute him, we'll see. And yeah, I wonder if we're going to see more of the after effects from other people, just kind of like decompressing and digesting what happened. I know John has a lot on his mind. Armin had a lot on his mind. We even saw him like somber and kind of despondent a little bit too when he was walking with the rest of the group. So, and that was a surprise too, because he wasn't like that before he got into the walls. But the moment he got into the walls, the whole reality of everything, I think, hit him along with everybody else. So again, I'm curious what they'll do in this episode. Hopefully we get some cool stuff. If there's any indication by the title, it's called Smile, so maybe somebody's smiling in this episode. I know, pretty good powers of prediction, if I do say so. And let's get into it then. I don't know. Let's see what they come up with. Flashback? Oh, okay. Flashback for Annie. Woo, okay. We haven't seen her in a while. Dude, Annie would have killed it, by the way. If she would have been on this mission, I think everybody wants the gate to be sealed one way or another. Everybody has that common goal at least. What? Oh, is this a speaker guy? Yo, man, he's a heretic. Oh boy. I didn't realize any of them were still around. I wonder if that's like a little bit of a cult or something. Whoa, this is an interesting design. What is up with her look? She looks like a cat. Oh, this is the military police, okay. You like her? Oh man. Hitch. That's a crazy name for her as well. Okay. It seems like they're real lax too. The survey, or the military police. Damn. Okay. I wonder how Annie's gonna react. She's gonna see them all. What the? Wait, what? Bro. Are you for real? Dog. Interesting, okay. At least the new recruits can observe that and realize that. Marlo. You know better. I am better. I'm not trash like you. Yo. I came to correct him relatively. Okay. Okay, Marlo. Marlo for the win. He seems good. Okay. I like that. That's cool. He's gonna try to change the reputation. Yeah. Bro, what is up with this character? She's on drugs. Oh, that's the maneuver gear? Merchant Association. What's wrong with them? Bribery? Oh, they're selling the equipment on the black market. Oh, so the government's corrupt, straight up. Wow. Mm-hmm. Brother. He's out of his depth. Dog. Whoa. Oh, that's nasty, dude. Oh, he overstepped his boundary. Yeah, I was expecting that. Oh, damn. Yo, chill out. Our guy Harlow is a good guy. Oh, is Annie gonna get mad? I think Annie is a good person, but I think she suffered so much that she doesn't care anymore. She's traumatized, but she still believes in good. We'll arrest you. Oh, look at the stance. Look at that. Bro, she really is a cat though. She came in when she knew it was safe to like plead for your boy. We've seen this before too. Like, remember when they beat up Aaron right in front of a whole like crowd of people? The government is so inherently messed up. Chill out, Annie. You're egging him on, but you wouldn't actually do. You wouldn't go that far, I don't think. He had to go against his own morals. Who's that? Is this someone we know? Damn, Annie just went in. She didn't even hesitate. Armin! Come on! Yes, sir.
兄、エレンを逃が
I
すのに
figured.
協力してくれないかな。
Yep.
逃がすってどこに？
Anywhere.
王政の命令に逆らって、この壁の中の。
I'm just gonna hide.
ひっくり返す材料。そんな都合のいい何かがあるの？
Probably not.
根拠は。
Mm,
ごめん。
insider information.
何にも分かってない連中が自分の保身のためだけに、そうとは知らずに人類自滅の道を進もうとしている。
Right.
説得力がないこ
I
と
feel like Annie can't possibly turn away from this.
けど、ウォール C7 内の検問をくぐり抜けるには
They need somebody in the
ど
military
うしても
police.
憲兵団の力が必要なんだ。
That's their only in.
これしかない。
I feel like Annie would risk it.
私がそんなにいい人に見えるの？
She constantly tries to play like as if she's not, but
だってそれって自分にとって都合のいい人のことをそう呼んでいるだけのような気がするから。全ての人にとって都合のいい人。
wow.
兄
Damn.
は僕にとって悪い人になるね。
Okay. They're talking in such philosophical terms, which is exactly what Annie likes. So I feel like he's talking her language.
いいよ。
We're in. Armin looks ashamed. Damn.
乗った。
What's up with that ring? Okay, we got our little squad here.
楽に抜けられたな。
Wait, gosh. Shut up.
伺える。
キャラキャラしない。
あとは影武者のジャンがバレなきゃいいが、あれはそう長くは持たねえよ。
Wait, did they paint John's hair? What is that? Wait. Oh no.
二人は目つきが凶悪で似たような悪人面だ
That's
から。
hilarious.
俺はあんな馬面じゃ
I
ね
don't
えよ。
know. What's-
ねえ、もし私が協力しなかったらどうやって壁を。
If only John heard that, he would have been like, bro, take your spot back. Damn, Mikasa had like the most sus looking face. She was like, what'd she say? What was that? Is it like a little tavern or something?
ここ、
Oh, it's an underground.
ここを通る。昔計画されてた地下都市の
Underground city.
廃墟が残っているんだ。
Oh, wow. Okay. Thought it would have been like train tracks.
言うなよ。
そうさ、怖いんだ。あんたみたいな勇敢な死に急ぎ野郎にはきっとか弱い乙女の気持ちなんて。
Wait, what? That is out of her character, totally. What the hell is that?
さっきからこの辺にはなぜか全く人がいないから。
No way, dude. Is this a setup? What's going on? Wait.
傷つ
Did they set up Annie?
く装置を持っていたの。わずかな傷やへこみだって一緒に整備した思い出だか
Wait, what does this mean? Whoa, wait.
ら。あれは拾ったの。
There's no way that she
生
killed
け捕りにしたみたいな
Marco.
僕を殺さなかったから今こんなことになっているんじゃないか。
That's who it is. That's why Armin had that look on his face.
なんでだろうね。
This is mad. Wait, hold on.
なんねえって言ってるだろうが。
話してよ兄。僕たちはまだ話し合うことだって。もういい。これ以上聞いて
Yo! Wait, Mikasa, relax. Oh no.
ズタズタに削いでやる。女型の巨人。
What can you possibly do here in the city? What? Wait. What's going on? Yo, is Annie insane? Mikasa has the most serious look on her face. Oh my god.
アルミ、私があんたのいい人でよかったね。
This feels like split personality disorder. What is going on here?
ここからだか
What
ら。
is that rambling? What the? Yo, what are these spec ops individuals? Oh, is this the whole Circle Corps? Who are these people? Oh, damn. Mikasa knows. Oh my god. If she hurts herself, she can transform. That's crazy. The transformation parameters seem to be the same for everybody. Bro, what was that episode? What was that episode? We just got the reveal that Annie is the female Titan. She killed Marco. Why? That doesn't even make any sense. I guess if you maybe saw her transform or something, but she didn't transform during that time. Why would she kill Marco? That makes no sense at all, dude. Wow. And she was the female Titan. She transformed and did all that. Dude, that's insane. What a crazy way to call her out too. They just brought her to a plaza where there's nobody around. She's too smart for her own good. She realized they right off the bat, but she still came with them other ways. So I feel like she put herself in that position despite I guess she trusted them, thinking that maybe they wouldn't lie to her. In the off chance they wouldn't lie to her, but I think she was suspecting it too, that they probably know something. Wow. And so then they just try to capture her, and now she's gonna transform in the middle of the... How is that gonna work out for her? Because I know she can transform, and then I guess she can hide away in the confusion. She gets away, slips out, and only the people that know her true identity are the people that are gonna be able to even say anything, but nobody would believe it. That's insane information. Where is this gonna go from here? Next episode. I mean, clearly she's about to kill everybody that just dogpiled on her. Number one, those people are done. And the way they came out too, I was like, am I watching Naruto? They look like shinobi. They look like the Anbu ops. I was like, whoa. They were doing parkour off of buildings and roofs, and I was like, wow, that's hilarious. Oh damn. So they dogpiled on her. She's about to murk everybody there without question. How she's gonna escape, I don't know, but I feel like she's gonna be able to slip away some type of way. And what was the whole point of her going underground with Eren, Armin, and Mikasa? I realized they wanted to use her because she is an in, despite the fact that she may have betrayed them entirely. I think what Eren was saying, he did actually believe it, that okay, you did all this stuff, all this bad stuff, but if you want to prove that you really are a good person and that you're just I don't know what kind of Kool-Aid you're drinking, but you're just kind of a little bit crazy, or somebody's controlling you, or you're doing this against your will, whatever, you can display that this stuff is either not true or that you're a good enough human being that you'll help us out during our time of need when we ask you, despite the fact that she is a murderer at this point, multi-homicidal murderer. And Eren believed it, and then she said, no, you got me mixed up. That's mad. And Mikasa knew the game straight up. Mikasa looked at Annie straight up and was like, I'm gonna destroy you. Goodbye. Wow, this was a crazy episode. I feel like next episode is gonna be more intense, because where does it go from here? It goes up, crazy up. Damn, I'm still in shock. It's such a crazy way to reveal this too. We finally, some other stuff from the episode, I don't want to harp too much on this. Military police was pretty cool. We got a little bit more information as to how they operate. It, I think, fell in line with my assumption that the military police, corruption, they're the most inner faction within the walls that are the closest to the Marquis and to the main government. They also have most of the supporting, most of the backing, most of the funds. So it would make sense that they probably have most of the abuse of authority, and they clearly lack infrastructure or the kind of discipline or channels for checks and balances to prevent the kind of corruption that they have. So clearly that's that faction. And we kind of knew that from the get-go. I feel like John, if he would have gone in there, he would have 100% been yo, I made a wrong mistake. I feel like Harlow is who John would have been if he would have gone into the military police, because of the fact that he does not agree with how everything is being conducted. Most of the rookies don't seem to agree either. In fact, I think the people that really make it through in the military police are the individuals who let go of their morals and their ethics. They let it go by the side because they get used to it over time, and then they become jaded, and then just kind of accept reality as that. It's so clear to see that the military police is filled with people that are not good. And this is a thing that the anime loves to talk about, the duality between good and bad. It's very philosophical in that sense. It talks talks about, you know, what makes a person good, what makes a person bad. I love that conversation between Annie and Armin, where Armin's like, well, I don't like the term good because good would imply good for something. And immediately when he said, nobody can be good for everybody, I love that because it's true. I feel like Annie in this situation, she is good for Titans, and presumably whoever it is that she's working with, she's good for them because she does seem to have a sort of agenda that she's pushing forward with, and she's doing things with that purpose in mind. So she's good for the people that that agenda benefits. But clearly in our case, she's not good for our group because she has 100% proven herself to be a traitor, betrayer, murderer at every single interval, at every single stop. She just has completely impeded our ability to proceed forward with the practice mission from Brains and with plugging up the wall. So yeah, I just love that conversation. I think that's a pretty cool conversation of talking about like morality, ethics, the nature of human beings, what makes good, what makes bad. It's very like nuanced, that conversation, and I feel like we'll get more of that as time progresses. But I'm really curious what they're gonna do next episode. We're gonna get some crazy stuff next episode. We already got crazy stuff this episode, so next episode, over the moon. Man, I cannot wait though. Yeah, until next time, let's see what they come up with. Let's see what they cook in the kitchen, because I feel like these writers are cooking up a storm right now, and they're about to finish this thing. This is episode 24. We got 2 more episodes in this season before we end the season off. So I feel like this might either bleed over into season 2, or we're gonna get a really big finale that's gonna be kind of like compressed. So we're gonna get a lot of stuff packed between next episode and episode 25. Either that, or they might drag it out a little bit longer. Either case, I'm here for it because this is awesome.